I'm still trying to find the value of solitude. I feel that there's perhaps value in the freedom first and foremost. I feel that I am in real time learning the difference, or rather, that there is a difference in the beauty and solitude, and seeing the value in solitude, the freedom to exist, to feel, to enjoy, to not. I also feel that the longer we experience solitude, the less combative we become with ourselves and with others, the more intellectually independent we become. Sometimes I feel like I'm learning to love myself again and again. I'm not too sure how much of this you guys can hear, or I'm sure you can hear it quite well, hopefully. It's just I'm not sure what any outside noise is pushing to this mic. But yeah, I'm in Rio. I'm in Rio because, one, I've never been here, and it's a place that I've always wanted to come to, and I knew that it would happen in its right time. I just wasn't sure when, and I booked this trip like 3 days before I even flew out here. So again, very last minute, but I knew for a fact that I needed time to really sit with myself in a place that was unfamiliar, that was out of my norm. I've had a very, very powerful year. I've had a very beautiful year. I learned a lot. I grew a lot. I struggled a lot. And I feel like in order for me to really sit with this year that I had, I don't think I would have been able to do so in New York, seeing as how I feel demanding the place can be at times, invasive at times the city can be, to that of solitude, to that of stillness at times. What it boils down to, I was chasing on comfort, because again, I've never been here, I don't speak Portuguese. I'm here by myself, I traveled alone. So let me just say this first and foremost, Brazil, I love you. Brazil, this has to be, no, there's no has to. This is most definitely my favorite place that I've been all year. It is the most beautiful city I've been to all year. And there's no place like, I've never been to any place like this. The people are absolutely charged with passion. The people that I've met and come across and just experience are so full of life and warmth and kindness and love, especially to that of a stranger, to somebody that is not from here, that does not speak the native language, that has an appreciation for the culture, but is not indulged in the culture. I can't speak more highly of the experience that I've had here. And I've come here and have felt very welcomed and felt very uplifted. And yeah, I've come across a few things since being here. One of which being, so much of me growing up, I have always felt like a burden to people. And that's always been a deep, deep fear of mine now growing up. I recently was having a conversation with a friend who we were just talking about, something that they were experiencing. And I essentially just flat out told him, I don't see you as a burden, I see you as healing. And the moment I said that, I just repeated it to myself in my head again. I don't see you as a burden, I see you as healing. And man, that just feeling of, that feeling of grace and softness that I was able to meet someone else with, I find myself oftentimes not being able to meet myself with that same grace. So as I said it to him, I repeated it to myself a few more times until I realized I was actually telling myself it in my head. I don't see you as a burden, I see you as healing. That one hit me. That one really, really hit me. Because I was a kid that was bullied a lot growing up and I felt myself pulled apart a lot, I grew habits of having a desire to be desired. I wanted to be liked, I wanted friends, I wanted to be connected to. I wanted to be desired. I wanted closeness. I just wanted friends, honestly. I think I just wanted to have a moment where I felt worthy, if that makes sense. My number one, form of, I think my earliest form of currency was kindness, honestly, because that's all I had, really. That was really all I had. And I just had a conversation with a friend recently who pretty much told me that they feel comfortable being able to present themselves to me in any form of way, no matter how they dress, no matter where they are, no matter and they use the example of fashion, no matter what they wear or, how they look when they're in my presence, they say that I don't see what they're wearing, And honestly, that really struck a chord with me because so much of me growing up was my fear of being seen in that way, because I love fashion. I have always loved fashion, but I wore the same clothes every single week to school, and I just wanted people to see me for me. And I think it's now kind of transferred into me becoming an adult now. So it was really beautiful and refreshing to hear that they felt that way, that again, I don't see them for what they're wearing and I see them for who they are. That was something for me to realize, or that I have realized as of recent, is that again, my earliest form of currency was kindness. What I felt like I could offer the most to people were kindness. As you continue to look, I guess, over your year of how it's treated you, how you treated it, I would love to just continue to allow us to create space for each other, right? And when asking, do you have any new goals for the year? Or do you have, what do you want to do with the new year? All these things. Honestly speaking, and I recently asked my friend this, I was like, what do you want for the new year? And I don't want you to tell me anything career related. Because I think that's the number one thing, I want to do, I want to make X amount of money. I want to get so-and-so job. I want to get so-and-so promotion. These are all great goals. And don't get me wrong. And I think goals are great to have, but I want to know, what do you want to do for you? Not for your job, not for your boss, not for, values. What values do you want to adopt? What characteristics do you want to release? Is there any form of person in your life that you want to release? Is there anything in life that is not serving you that you're done with and you're like, okay, now is the time to release that? These are things that I think I'm a little bit more curious about, because I think they hold a little bit more weight and gravity in conversation when we talk about our future selves and who we want to be. And given the fragility of time, I would hate that we waste our time chasing superficial things such as that of career in place of bettering our lives, if that makes sense. And I could be completely wrong about that, but it's just an opinion of mine. I literally have had the most amazing time here in Brazil, and this place has become very special to me in the week that I've been here. The photos that I've been able to produce here, I feel so connected to, because I feel like they tell stories of childhood and of freshness and newness and warmth and community and family and love. And I truly hope that I did justice in being able to capture that. I feel like that is what Brazil stands on. Brazil, I love you. And thank you for having me. Thank you for showing me an amazing time. Thank you, everyone, for the recommendations. And I will most definitely be back. And yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, bye. Sometimes I feel like I'm learning to love myself again and again.
Watch.
Hello. Hi. So I am in Miami here with Land Rover, joining them for Design Miami, Art Basel, and I'm so excited. We have an itinerary highlighting certain vehicles. They are really cool activations that we'll get to experience and walk through. Lev is here, who I'm excited to see. And yeah, I landed about an hour ago, and it started snowing literally as I was taking off in New York. And now I get here to 76-degree Miami. My plan is I'm about to unpack. I have to unpack in any hotel room that I go in, no matter how long I'm staying. I will fully unpack. So I'm currently putting my clothes away, and then I will go downstairs and grab something to bite on. Like I'm kind of hungry. I haven't really eaten today. So I'll eat something, read my book, downtime before dinner, which is at 6. I like Miami. I enjoy my time in Miami. I do realize though that I was just actually talking to Ryan about this. Miami requires a certain part of you, and what it requires of a person is at times so much more than I feel like I can really give this space. Everybody and their mother is here in Miami right now. Everybody. Well, there's a good amount of people here. Most people that work in fashion that I know are here. So excited to run into some familiar faces. Also with me being here, Louis Vuitton is having a booth, which I'm so excited to also check out. Say something.
Oh, yeah.
Pause music.
Wagwan.
Wagwan.
Wagwan still. Listen. Alright.
You look like you're about to tell the craziest story. You're like,
I'll tell you something. But, gonna do a little recap of Miami. And I think we should start with some slam poetry.
Go ahead.
These 4 days have been great. GREATEAT. Ooh, eating. I'm hungry. I'm so hungry, but the food, it's so expensive. My ex.
Okay.